It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're in a place that, and David, thank you. As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself too. DA, thank you. The season now starting to take shape, Brent. We have a better idea of who the real championship contenders might be.
There seem to be a lot of familiar faces, Kevin.
I agree.
Yeah, always.
But that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because in the beginning of the year, we have to do those radio shows and make predictions. Some of our predictions are coming true, thank goodness.
I know. We look smart, don't we? Or
I don't know about
you
that.
know, you look smart. I don't. You look smart. Now, Golden State's starting five. They've got Beasley. Mills out there with Evans. Then it's Gortat. And it's Anthony in at the three, the small forward. Now, here's Dragic. Shoots over Mills. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Here's Mills, and Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. From the inbound, no good from Beasley. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Bogdanovich, no luck.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Evans' shot is good.
And that bucket shows you how patient Evans can be. Lets the play develop and then confidently soars for the inside shot.
Now here's Wade. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. That one good for 2.
And right in the teeth of the defense, making a statement early in this one.
Yeah, pinpointing the rim protection with that attack, and no one makes enough of an effort there to stop him.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. To the inside, Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo getting up and slamming one home.
The Heat have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Man, that 2003 draft class, just an absolute monster. And Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick that year. Think about it, LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Heck, 3 or 4 of those guys played together, but all taken in the first 5 picks. What a great draft that was for the NBA.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Now here's Evans. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony drives in. Score the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
Well, Melo right now is in attack mode and not settling for the jump shot, slashing apart this weakened defense.
Here's Wade with the fadeaway. Gortat with the rebound.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
The shot by Anthony, no good. The Heat with the lead. Wade outside. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Dragic from outside. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Golden State. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last season.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Now the pass to Siakam. And it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Beasley. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Dragic. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. 15 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Outside Dragic. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the... One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Carl Anthony.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Evans. Anthony is out there with Beasley. And it's Mills. And it's Gortat in at the center position.
And at the offensive end, Gortat probably doesn't get his due. He's got a lot of moves, and he can finish with either hand. And his work on the offensive glass is more than capable.
Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles and having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end, and 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Here's Siakam. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Here's Towns. Gortat with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Passes it to Evans. It's stolen by Wade. Lets it go from 14 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Warriors trail by 3.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on. And they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
And again, it's the Heat missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's a time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony, so strong when going to the rim.
For Miami, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Down low. Dragic looking for an opening. Back to Siakam. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Gortat's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Down low. Here's Evans, and he uses the glass on the layup. Evans has got the lead up to 1 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, sometimes him getting hit makes him focus more. That time takes the contact and gets the high percentage shot to go.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Back to Wade. There's Dragic with the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Gortat's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Anthony, over Bogdanovich. And a close game so far through the first. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They was.
And that does it for our half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And you know he's going to come out aggressive, and you do what you can to slow him down, and thus far it hadn't worked because he's been amazing.
Even though we expect this kind of stuff from him night after night, it doesn't make it any less extraordinary to watch it in person.
Dragic and Wade, the 2 playmakers in the guard spots. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. The Warriors' Steve Kerr, the fastest coach in major American sports history to 250 wins. Brent, he gave all the credit to his players. But you talk about what makes him special.
Well, I think Steve just really timed it right in terms of when it was he was going to approach the next phase of his life, waiting for his children to be in a good place, waiting for him mentally to be in a spot where he was going to take over a talented team and put his imprint on it. His experience in Phoenix in the front office, teaching him about what it takes to move players around and make trades. Just a proper approach and the proper timing for Steve to take over a basketball club, and then to bring all of what he learned from Greg Popovich and Phil Jackson to the table, along with a lot of his own. And I think Steve thought long and hard and prepared himself on a lot of levels about what the job was going to be for him. We've seen that play out rather nicely in the last few years.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Wade. Sinks that one from the post. And it's a 3-point Heat lead.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Mills looking it over. He kicks to Beasley. Inside, Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
No good from Dragic.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Evans passes to Mills. Lays it up and banks it in.
And there's that quickness. Mills trying to do a better job of attacking inside these days.
Wade against Evans. Shoots from 12. That one wide left. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Beasley right side. Banked in off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Outside Dragic. Bogdanovich against Anthony. 6 to shoot. Gortat against Bogdanovich. Shoots over Gortat. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Mills with it. Now guarded by Dragic. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Mills. Mills has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and you're going to have to get up a quick shot to make that happen.
Here's Dragic. Here's Towns. Drops in the layup for 2. Towns has got 9.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Anthony with it. He's got 10. To the left side wing. To the middle. Towns with the steal. Gets it off. He can't get it to go. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. The Heat trail by 3 on the court for Golden State here in the 4th. We've got Anthony. Gortat is out there with Beasley. Then there's Tyreke Evans. And it's Mills in at the point. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Golden State. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. And that game will be game 3 of 5 away from home. That one doesn't drop.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Well, beating one guy is one thing, but beating 5, heck of a job there. He's got the talent to finish, too. And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Here's Bogdanovich. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Warriors shooting here about 46% for the game. Pass to Mills. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. The shot by Anthony, no good. Miami trailing. Now here's Dragic. Wade outside. Right side Towns. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Just 3 to shoot. Anthony can't hit. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Siakam. That shot misses. And Golden State will come the other way. And Evans throws it down hard.
And a huge bucket from Tyreke Evans. This is why his team turns to him in these kind of situations.
The throw good. Tyreke Evans.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
Towns kicks to Dragic. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. 9 points for Goran Dragic.
That's an incredible play from Goran Dragic. What a shot.
Anthony looking it over. On the wing, Evans. He dishes it to Beasley. Back to Evans. Up top, Mills. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Shots good by Mills.
Well, he's been in a lot of huge moments in his young career. Mills can be a deadly shooter when the pressure's on.
Dragic kicks to Towns. This one for 3. No good from Dragic. Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Evans. Golden State moving it around. Deep 2 from Anthony. It's good.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt. Professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Now here's Here's Towns. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just one.
Well, you see the excellent skill set. And this is when you want to make an impact.
I feel like there's an uptick in the intensity as well. Fourth quarter, and it's closing time.
Mills with it. He's guarded by Dragic. And here's Mills. From 20 feet out. Offensive rebound. Back to Beasley. And the pass to Anthony. Here's Evans. Sinks it.
And that is a tremendous basket by Tyreek in the clutch. His teammates want him to be more aggressive, showing it there.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're down by 3. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
Here's Siakam. The 3 won't fall. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle. Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're behind by 5. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.